In this video, I'm going to be going over the top 5 cards for 25,000 MT, kind of in that budget range, top 5 cards for 50,000 MT, kind of in that mid range, and then top 5 cards for 100,000 MT. So let's just start off here with the top 5 cards for 25,000 MT. First card I do want to talk about is actually going to be one of the newer cards, the new card that just came out a couple days ago, and that is going to be the Pink Diamond Marcus Gasol. He is super elite at the center position, or you guys can run him at power forward if you wanted to, but I do think he's better at center. He's 7'1" with a 7'4" wingspan, and he's just going to be a very good interior defender, having a 92 block, 96 interior defense, and then he can also stretch the floor at a very high level, give you some really good spacing on the court, having a 93 3 ball, 93 mid range, and he's also got Hall of Fame catch and shoot, corner specialist, and limitless range as well. And then jump shot wise, he's got his jump shot on quick timing, and it's a very easy jump shot to green, and he's also got the MJ dribble style and the Kobe Bryant escape, so some very good movement for your center. Even though he doesn't have the greatest like ball handle and speed with ball, he can still move a little bit on the court. And then defensively, half badge wise, he's got Hall of Fame anchor, box obese, brick wall, interceptor, and post lockdown as well. So for me, I think Marcus Gasol definitely going to be a top 5 card for under 25,000 MT. Now, next card I want to talk about here is going to be the Diamond Shea from the 'Tis the Season set. Now, I wasn't exactly sure if I wanted to go for Shea or if I wanted to go for D'Lo. I think they're very similar in the sense that they're more of offensive point guards. Shea 6'6", D'Lo 6'5". So if you want to put both those cards in this top 5, I definitely think you can. I'm not going to include D'Lo in my top 5 because I haven't really used him that often and haven't seen him in games. So for me, I think Shea is going to be probably a little bit better because of his jump shot. He's got the MJ dribble style, and we all know Shea is just a very good all-around card. So he's definitely going to be a top 5 card for 25,000 MT. Now, the next card I want to talk about here is going to be another big man, and that's going to be Diamond Kristaps. I think him and Marcus Gasol are easily the two best auctionable big man in the game. Like for budget, obviously not, considering, with Yao Ming and D-Rob, but for budget centers in the game, they're definitely the two best that you can buy on the auction. Now, Kristaps a 7'3" center with a 7'6" wingspan, and just like Marcus Gasol, he can definitely stretch the floor, has a really good jump shot, and a 93 ball, 90 mid range, Hall of Fame catch and shoot, quarter specialist, deadeye, and limitless range. So some amazing Hall of Fame shooting badges for Kristaps. He's not a bad defender because he's 7'3". He might be a little bit slow, but all around, I think him and Marcus Gasol definitely going to be the two best budget centers in the game, and definitely top 5 cards for under 25,000 MT. Now, next card I want to talk about here is going to be Diamond Luol Deng, a very, very good shooting guard. I mean, the fact that he's only like, I think 15 to 20,000 MT is crazy good value for a 6'9" shooting guard with a 7' wingspan. You guys got to take into account that he's 6'9" at the shooting guard spot, which is super tall. He's also a great defender, 96 steal, 96 lateral quickness with a 95 perimeter. He's also got an 88 block and an 88 interior defense, so the card can shoot the 3 ball very well, has a very solid jump shot with a Donovan Mitchell base, and then he's got a 93 ball, 90 mid range, and Hall of Fame catch and shoot. So as a two-way shooting guard, able to knock down the 3 ball at a very high level and be a very good defender, being 6'9" and some very good defensive stats. And then, guys, to run off the top 5 cards for 25,000 MT, I'm gonna be going with Cincinnati's Pal. I think for his price tag, he's probably a top 5 card, for 25,000 MT or under. I'm not exactly sure how much he goes for. I think he's right around that 25,000 MT mark. But like I said, guys, talking about Shea, I think D'Lo and Shea is a very close debate. But Cincinnati's Pal going to be a very good all-around small forward. He's 6'7" with a 6'11" wingspan, and like I said, just going to be very well rounded. Doesn't necessarily have any flaws. He can shoot the 3 ball. He's super fast with 96 speed, 96 acceleration. Very good defender. He's also got some really good dribble sigs. He's got like the Chris Paul dribble style. He's got the Darius Garland size up and the John Wall escape. So some very good movement for your small forward, and all around, I definitely think he's going to be a top 5 card for under 25,000 MT. But now let's move over to the top 5 cards for 50,000 MT. First card I do want to talk about here is actually not going to be one of the best ones, but just to start it off, we're going to be going with Cat. I think he's solid for under 50,000 MT. I'm not sure why he's so expensive. Like, he's like 35-40,000 MT, which I don't really understand it too much. I do kind of understand that he's one of the only good budget big men in the game besides Kristaps and Marcus Gasol. I would say Marcus Gasol is probably better than him. He's just a worse Marcus Gasol in my opinion, because they're about the same on the offensive end. He's a little bit shorter and not as good defensively, but I do think his jump shot might be a little bit better than Marcus Gasol's. That's definitely up for debate. So for me, I think Cat is going to be the first card for under 50,000 MT. Second card I want to talk about is actually going to be in the same set and the same promo drop, and that's going to be the Cosmic, and it's going to be Pink Diamond AK-47. I think he's probably the best card for under 50,000 MT. I mean, his defense he provides is just super valuable on the court. He's a 6'9" power forward with a 7-foot wingspan. I mean, just take a look at these defensive stats: 94 interior defense, 96 perimeter with a 97 steal and a 97 block. That is crazy for a small forward that's under 50,000 MT. And he's also got some amazing Hall of Fame defensive badges. They also gave him Hall of Fame quick first step, Hall of Fame quick first step, and Hall of Fame claim breaker. And then offensively, I mean, he can shoot the 3-ball, he can move a little bit, he's decently fast all around though. AK easily gonna be a top 5 card for under 50,000 MT. Now the next two cards I want to talk about here, I do think are, you know, pretty good value, I would say, for how good of a card they are. First one here is going to be Lamar Odom. Now I think he is actually under 25,000 MT. He might be like 30 to 35,000, maybe a little bit cheaper. He's 6'10" at the small forward spot with a 6'11" wingspan, so he's got some great height and great wingspan, and he's just going to be a very overall solid card. Like I wouldn't say his stats or anything too crazy, but just very well rounded. He can shoot the 3-ball, play pretty good defense, handle the rock. You know, having a 90 ball handle, 90 speed with ball is really nice for a 6'10" small forward. Also having Hall of Fame claim breaker, hails for days, hyperdrive, and quick first step as well. So for me, Lamar Odom going to be definitely a top 5 card for under 50,000 MT. Now the second card I want to talk about here is going to actually be the Pink Diamond Iguodala, and I think he's basically just a shooting guard version of AK-47. They're both going to be elite on the defensive end. Iggy 6'6" with a 6'11" wingspan. You guys can see his defensive stats: 92 block, 92 interior defense, and a 97 steal and a 97 perimeter. So as an all-ball defender, going to be one of the best in the game at the shooting guard spot. Offensively, he can also drive to the rim, 95 driving dunk, 95 vertical, and also can stretch the floor a little bit, you know, knock down threes with a 93 ball. Also pretty fast, 94 speed, 94 acceleration. So for me, I think Iguodala definitely a top 5 card for under 50,000 MT. And then finally, I think definitely the most expensive card for 50,000 MT. He might be a little bit more, like he might be going for like 55 to 60,000, but still deserving of being on this list in the top 5, and that's going to be George Mikan. People don't really talk about him too much because there's so many other good flash forward opals like Kazi Russell, Dolph Shays, you know, those type of cards like Bob Nadelecki, you know, Don Ole, Terry Dishinger. Can't even speak English, but George Mikan, I do think he's actually a very good power forward. Like, yes, he's not as good as those type of cards, but still a very good Galaxy Opal that you can pick up for around 50,000 MT, and I do think he deserves to be in the top 5. So these are going to be my top 5 cards for under 50,000 MT. And then moving on to the last category, the last like price range, I guess you could say, is going to be the top 5 cards for 100,000 MT. And the first card I want to talk about here, surprisingly enough, is actually under 100,000, and that's going to be Pink Diamond D-Rob, who I believe is still probably the second or third best center in the game, which is crazy to say for only a 90,000 MT card. He's a 7'1" center with a 7'5" wingspan. We know what D-Rob can do by now. He's been in the game for a while. He's got a 94 block, 95 interior defense, a very solid all-around defender. He's got still one of the best big man jump shots in the game, 87 3-ball, 94 mid-range. He can knock down the 3-ball. He's pretty fast for a center, 87 speed, 87 acceleration, especially for him being a 7'1" center. That speed is going to be super handy and really nice to have. So he's going to be the first card for under 100,000 MT. Now the second card I want to talk about here is going to be the Pink Diamond Magic Johnson, who I think recently just became a buyout with obviously Ben Simmons dropping the price of most point guards in my team. But Magic Johnson is probably your best bet of guarding a guy like Ben Simmons because he's 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan. Going up against that 6'11" Ben Simmons is going to be very hard to stop with anybody besides Magic. So that's why I think Magic is super valuable, because he can stay in front of a guy like Ben Simmons, and he's a very good defender, and he's 6'9" at the point guard spot. That's pretty much all Magic can do. He's 6'9", you know, good defender, plays defense. That's all he really does. But he's 6'9", so he's going to be a super good point guard, especially for under 100,000 MT. I think he's still probably the third best point guard in my team. Now, another Opal card from the Flash Forward set we're going to be talking about is Kazi Russell. He has dropped a lot in price recently, though. I think he's only like 60 to 70,000 MT. He is a 6'5" shooting guard, though, with a 6'9" wingspan. Very well all-around card, at least stats and badges wise, for a shooting guard. Like, he's got a 93 ball, 90 mid range, 93 speed, 93 acceleration, a very solid defender stats wise. I mean, badges wise, I don't think he's too great on the defensive end, but he does have some good gold ones. So a very solid all-around Galaxy Opal card. He's got a great jump shot with that LaMelo Ball base, gonna be on quick timing so he can knock down threes. He's also got some pretty good dribble sigs, so he's gonna be a good 3 hunter, and all around I think he's definitely a top 5 card for under 100,000 MT. And then the fourth guy I want to talk about is going to be the Pink Diamond LeBron, who's just a very good card. I mean, if you guys don't like this card, I kind of understand, because He doesn't do really too much for you on the court, but actually I would say this LeBron card, I mean, he does a lot for you because he's going to be a very good defender. He's super fast. He's amazing at going to the rim. Jump shot, yes, is only on normal timing. So I would love to see when LeBron does get his Galaxy Opal version or his Dark Matter, his jump shot on quick timing and some way better dribble sigs. But even on his Pink Diamond, I mean, he's just under 100,000 MT. Like, I think I saw a buyout for 95,000 MT earlier today. I think he's definitely a top 5 card for under 100,000 MT. And then the final card here is going to be the Galaxy Opal Dolph Shays, who's just a really good power forward. He's able to stretch the floor and is basically just a worse Bob than Adeleke. They're very similar. Bob is a lot more expensive though. I think he's 150k to 200,000 MT, and same thing with Terry Dishinger and comparing him to a guy like Kazi Russell. But Dolph Shays, very good offensive power forward. He's got Hall of Fame catch and shoot, corner specialist, limitless range, 93 ball, 93 mid range, great jump shot, Kuzma base, and he also does have the MJ dribble style. So guys, that's going to be my top 5 cards for 25,000 MT. Marcus Gasol, Shea, Kristaps, Luol Deng, and Cincy Naz Pal. My top 5 cards for 50,000 MT are going to be Cat, AK-47, Lamar Odom, Iguodala, and George Mikan. And then finally, my top 5 cards for 100,000 MT is going to be Pink Diamond, D-Rob, Magic, Kazi Russell, LeBron, and Dolph Shays as well. But let me know in the comment section down below, maybe some other cards you guys would add in the certain price points. But hopefully this video did help you guys out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.